Matt Stepp, Dave Campbell's Texas football back here at the Mineral Wells 7-on-7 state qualifier tournament. Here with the head coach of the Glen Rose Tigers, Coach Cliff Watkins, and I'm holding on to the mic stand here because the wind blew it over last week in Houston. Coach, appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat with us.
Yep, thanks for having me.
All right, Coach, first of all, you guys, I think the last few years, I think Glen Rose has quietly established themselves as one of the a regional contender year in and year out, and I think, in some cases, you guys have been a state championship contender. And I know when you got to Glen Rose, the program wasn't at that level yet. I know there's been a lot of hard work that's gone into it from your coaches and your kids. How proud are you of the growth of this program during your tenure?
Yeah, it's been fun to see, and like you said, our kids work extremely hard. Got a great staff that a bunch of us been together for 9 years, and so I think that consistency really helps build the program. And now these kids, they know what the expectations are. They've seen these guys the last 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years and what they've done and what the work they've had to put in to get to that level. And now they just want to be the next man up and be able to continue to build on that success.
You mentioned the continuity on your coaching staff, and it's not normal for a coaching staff that has had the success of you guys for guys to stay together. A lot of guys will move on and become head coaches, and I know you have some guys in your staff who probably could be head coaches.
Right.
How unique is that when you get a group of guys? And I think it maybe speaks to the culture and the community of Glen Rose. Those guys have decided, hey, I could go after these head coaching positions, but I like it here. This is a good place, and Glen Rose takes care of their coaches.
You're right, especially after the last 3 years, with state semifinals 2 years in a row and then regional semis. They've had opportunities, but they love Glen Rose. They love the town, the community, the school district, and Glen Rose does treat their coaches very well, and it's just a great place. A bunch of us have younger kids, and they want their families to grow up in Glen Rose, and so it speaks a lot about the school district for to be able to have the success we've had and keep the coaches around.
Now today, you guys are you actually qualified for state 7-on-7 here last year at this tournament, and we all know the big boys aren't out here. The pads aren't on. It's football-ish, but I know you're competitive.
Right.
And you want your guys to do well when they're putting on any kind of shirt that says Glen Rose or Tigers on it. So what do you want to see while you're sitting here in the end zone being the world's ugliest cheerleader?
Yeah, we just want to see us get better. We got a young 7-on-7 team. We lost a lot of seniors last year, especially at the skill position. And so last week was our first qualifying tournament, and we had 3 guys. We looked it up. It was 3 guys that had ever been to a qualifying tournament before last week. And so we got better as the day went on, and we want to see us just start today where we left off last week and continue to grow and get better and put these guys in a lot of situations that they can learn from and grow and get better for the fall.
And when you're, especially with a young team, and I know you're sitting here evaluating, and you want to be competitive during off season and spring, and there's only so much you can really simulate, because in the end, those kids know, hey, they probably know half the plays the offense is running, and they know they're in English class with that guy just a few hours ago. There's something different, though, about when you're playing somebody in a different colored jersey and there is a little something on the line. Do you look for those kind of things and see maybe when things aren't going well, who steps up to be a leader, who's picking their teammates up, and how kids respond when it's 2 minutes left and we're down by 5 and we need to score a touchdown to win the game?
For sure.
There's those little things
are the things you can't simulate at practice at home against your own guys, and then even we're in a 7-on-7 league, but that's different than coming out here.
It's a little more relaxed.
It is. It's completely different, and it's all on them, and they have to make the decisions. They have to make the calls, and like you said, we're not out there to pick our guys up when something bad happens, but we can find out who those guys are going to be next year and who is going to be the energy on the team, who's going to be the leader that they're going to look to when things aren't going right. So learn a lot about your kids coming out here competing against these other schools.
And then looking ahead at 2025, you mentioned especially the skill spots. I think you guys are going to be young. What are some areas where you're feeling good about? Maybe some areas where, hey, we've got some positions that we're still, some guys can maybe win some jobs if they put in the work this summer, right?
Yeah, feel good about going into the season with our big guys up front. Our center and left guard and left tackle started 28 games together over the last 2 years. So feel good about that. And then, pretty much every skill position on both sides of the ball graduated. And so you got to find those holes. And we know we'll have kids step up and fill those holes, but it's just being sure we get them in the right position, and that's what this time of year in non-district is for, is getting people in the right spot for them to be successful. So looking forward to it. Going to be a fun year, but just a lot of new faces,
a lot of growth, right?
A lot of growth.
Hopefully not too many gray hairs, right?
That's right. That's right.
All right, final question for you. A couple of times last year, Tepper and I drove through Glen Rose going to games, and noticed a little growth. You guys got a Whataburger now. We love Whataburger, and I know you're probably happy there's a Whataburger in town.
We are.
If come to a game in Glen Rose, where do I need to? Where's the Coach Watkins spot?
Well, if you're going fast food, you got to go Whataburger, right? Sure. That's the go-to. If not, we do have a few more options now. We got a couple barbecue spots, Hammond's and Massey's. We got Los Primos, good Mexican food. So you got some options. You come to Glen Rose, we'll take care of you.
There you go. There he is, the head coach Cliff Watkins of the Glen Rose Tigers. Enjoy watching your kiddos compete today. We appreciate what you do for student athletes in the state of Texas.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it.